Alright, what's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning back in on another little short do-it-yourselfer. Today behind me I have my wife's 2013 Volkswagen Golf, and what I'll be doing is replacing the lights for the license plate. Now about a year and a half ago I already replaced them with LEDs, but unfortunately I want to say about a month or two ago one of them went out. So unfortunately also I cannot at the end of this video show you a still image of the before and after to show you the difference of the brightness of the two bulbs. What I recommend though, if you are curious though, before I get it any further into this video, just go on Google real quick and then just type in license plate light and then put halogen bulb or OEM bulb versus LEDs or compared to LEDs. And it's going to give you abundance pictures of what the difference looks like. By the way, I'm going to show you what comes in the kit that I purchased from USP Motorsports below. I'm going to put a link there so you can check it out if you're curious, as well as if you want to purchase them. And then also I'm going to show you what tools are required to tackle this project. So with that being said, yeah, let's get to it. All right, so here goes your kit that I was talking about. Came in this little box from USP Motorsports, and then they shipped it in a bigger priority box. And then yeah, here you got some zip ties to zip tie down the wires. Got a nice little harness right here. As you can tell, just plug and play. One goes to the resistor. And then one actually goes, as you can tell right here, into the light itself. So again, resistor, and then your actual light, the LEDs, I want to say 18. Yeah, it looks like 18 LEDs. So these might be actually better than what I previously purchased. But yeah, again, you're gonna have one for the left and right, and this is all that comes in the box. All right, so these are the tools that are required to tackle this project. Small flathead screwdriver, that's to pry out the actual light bulb housing, and then a set of wire cutters, not necessary, but for the zip ties, once you zip tie down the wires, so whatever is remaining out of that last bit, you can clip that. But again, this is not required. The only one that's really required is this one. But again, yeah, that's all you're gonna need as far as tools. All right, to start out, you do not have to take your license plate off. I just took it off just due to showing you this video. But just to let you know, I already done the left side, so now I'm going to do the right side. All my components that I need to replace the old one is in the back of my trunk. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your screwdriver, and then right back here is going to have this little clip. As you can see, I'm just kind of pressing it down and it bends. So you would take it, press down on it, and then just pry it out. Figure out what side it is on. It's going to be fairly visible. Mine's on the left side. There you go, just like such. Now this is not what it's going to look like on yours. Yours is going to look a little different if it's the OEM one. I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but as you can tell, I have a resistor right here and the old LED lights. And I want to say this was the bad one. First thing you're going to do, take your OEM harness. It has a little clip on it. Sometimes you get lucky with it, sometimes not, depending how much dirt is caked up in it, but you can just press down on it and then pull it out. If it doesn't, I'm just going to pop it back in there. All you have to do is take this little screwdriver, this flathead, pry back on it, and then pull down simultaneously at the same time. So since we don't need this one, I'm just going to put this back here. Next, the first thing I'm going to start out with is the harness that goes into the OEM harness. Ensure that the two prongs in here line up, because if not, you can try to jam this in all day. But if you don't hear that solid click on it, once it pops in, you're never going to get it in. So if they don't align, just take the screwdriver and then just pry them down or up or either way until they actually go into the two holes in the OEM harness. And I can tell just right here by me just trying to press against it that they're not aligned. For this purpose, I'm just going to try to pry them down and try to center them and see if that works. Yep, there we go. The click was probably really faded, but once you hear it click in, that means it's seated. Just to double check, just give it a nice little tug and make sure everything's in place. So we're good on that. Next, we're going to take the resistor, and it's going to be the bigger plug or bigger ends out of the two. All you're gonna do is you're gonna clip it in just like such. Once it clips in, same concept, just kind of tug on it, just make sure it's in place. All right, so the next thing you have to do, once your resistor is plugged in the aftermarket harness into the OEM harness, you're gonna take your light, and then with the side with the arrow facing towards you and the actual light, the LEDs facing towards the car, you're just gonna plug it in just like I mentioned earlier, right in here. Once you get it in, just take both your fingers and kind of press down on it. Now this one does not click in there, so just make sure it's seated in there properly, because that's where the zip ties are gonna come in handy. All right, so everything's put together. The way I did it with the other side, there's probably no really right or wrong way to do it. It's however you would like to do it. I just took the harness, whereas where the resistor, wrapped around just like such with the zip tie, and then snug. It doesn't have to be super tight, just enough that it doesn't go bouncing all over the place. Because I had it before where this harness popped out and the whole assembly was behind the bumper, and that's kind of pain in the rear end to pull that out. So just zip tie it to that and you'd be good. If you want, don't really have to, there's a second zip tie. I did it with the other one. I just pretty much zip tied the wires so there's not too many loose ends right here to get snagged on anything. Now you're gonna take your wire cutters, snip off the excess on the zip ties, and now we're just gonna put it back in. Once you slide it in here, you're gonna take these two pieces, the opposite end from where you take it out at, and then you'll see you just align it in there. Once it's aligned in there, you're gonna pop it up and you should hear a little click. There you go. So that's how you take out the old ones and put in some new brighter LED lights. All right, so that's it, start to finish. So I just showed you what comes in the nice little box as far as the kit. I showed you what tools are required to tackle the project, as well as start to finish on how to take out the old one and put the new one in. Now, if you think this video was useful and helpful to you, do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, if you got a little time, down below you can leave a comment on what you did or did not like. Also, if you get the time, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, due to the reason that I will be posting videos throughout the week, maybe every 2 weeks, depending on what projects I have going on at that moment. And maybe you'll find another video that will also be useful for you. But yeah, other than that, YouTube, that's it. Just showed you how to replace those lights for your license plate. Until next time, take it easy.